He looks at the situation, and then you know what he says? He dived. No penalty. So let's go to the VAR booth. Oh, sorry, not VAR. This is the review. Boom, boys coming in. He takes a touch, and I think here he was already going down. But all right. So let's look at this. He misses the ball, but then he's already off balance, so it's much more easier for him to go down. If I'm to be honest, and then even after that, I don't think he gets to this ball because he's at that point he was very low to the ground, so which means would have had to spring back up and go. I don't think he would have gotten to that. And then no penalty, no penalty, no penalty was given. I like that decision because I think it's way too easy to get a penalty in football. Okay, once again, England have the ball. This player here, this guy is frustrating me, and this is just the highlights. Bellingham, box crusher. Once again, he's leaving him, and you can see him. And I have a feeling he pointed or something. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I wasn't paying attention. Good, not so good, but I can understand. You're waiting for that boat to arrive, but by that time, hopefully, it doesn't run past you. I will do wish it was closer. I think this guy was pointing. I don't like people that point in football. They usually give me problems because you would find someone is near to the player that is pointing, and then he would want you to go from where you are to follow that player, and him not. And that's a story for another day. So yeah, he moves. Yeah, he can see Bellingham. Boom. Yeah, in front of him, you can see Bellingham going through. I don't really have a problem with cross coming in. I'm more worried about what's happening here. You just let Bellingham go. He was in front of you, and you let him go that easily. That's a good save from the goalkeeper, but still, he hasn't moved. Bellingham was with him. Bellingham is now here, and he is still in the same position. Why? Hmm. Okay, let's head on to the next chance. Because trust me, there was a lot. There was a lot. Corner, right? Corner kick, right? This I can see the vision from England with Congo. Okay, I do get it, but maybe one could just be a bit more closer just to provide support to this guy because it's just one player and then about three. I wouldn't want him to be exactly on the D, but just somewhere a bit behind here. All right, so cross is coming in, right? Corner, whatever you may call it. This is Harry Kane. He's chasing the golden boot in this World Cup, and then look at the amount of space he has. He's pointing, and with people that point, they're usually in the best position to deal with the situation they're pointing. That needs to be, that whereby human is asking to come and deal with it. He can actually go and deal with this. I don't know if he's pointing because I don't know. So he has this. He has enough space to pull out a volley. Unfortunately enough, it's a save from the keeper, and there were quite a large number of people on the line. So it's not that he's free. He has enough time to look and even set himself up for the volley. If this was Marcelo Bielsa, he would have problems because he would want you to man mark him all the way to the dressing room. Good save though, very good save. And then out. Good, good, good. But he should not have been given that free space in the first place. All right, let's head on to the goal. Let's head on to the goal. All right, so Declan Rice is given the ball. And then we've seen already two England players are camping. So you should probably be closer to him. He's not really marking him. There's too much of space. He is good. And trust me, I know they can afford one player to just go there. So you have another commitment of four players here, but it's people are still far away from the ball. All right, so let's just do. He takes a touch. He's going much, much more closer. I get what he's trying to do, but he should be much, much more closer. You want to be within arm's length distance. You want to be in a situation where you can touch the player's shoulder. That's you being close enough. He's anticipating the block, but Declan Rice loops this ball very well. So he should have been much more closer. Much more closer, trust me. And then there's a lot happening here. So this is the part that I don't like. So number 22, right? He is in the best position to go and run for this ball. When I say he's in the best position, he's in the best position. He is in the best position. So instead of running to the ball, he tells Wan Bissaka to go and do it. And trust me, that delay may seem slow, It may not seem like a lot. You see here, he wants to go. Then he just says, no, you go. I don't like that because that's enough for Gordon to have a few more extra seconds with the ball. And even when Wan Bissaka goes, look at how he arrives. Look at how he goes. Look at his attitude towards going to the ball. He stops. In that situation, I would run. And people would say he would just get past you. That's exactly the point. It's better he takes another touch, goes to the byline, and then crosses it in. You do not want to cross. You don't want him to. You don't want him to cross in the ball first time. And then also, maybe if he pushes out much more quicker and goes in line with his defenders, Harry Kane might have been offside. Maybe. Gordon whipped out a cross. Harry Kane, his movement immaculate. Tricks the defender, but I do feel he could have been much more closer with him. And in this situation, if it's me, I'm holding Harry Kane, but not hold. I don't mean pulling down. I'm holding just a bit of the shirt for reference, and where he will jump to the ball, I'll put my head there. We'll both do a diving getter for the same ball. It's a very good goal. But look at the keeper. He's upset. I can't blame him. I cannot blame him. Even me too would be upset. He why does this he could have gone much more closer. And then this happens a lot in football where someone will run to the player that has the ball and instead of, attempting to get the ball back, they'll just stand. Very frustrating. So now let's head on to Ali Kane. Ali Kane. So this is Congo are doing this. This was happening a lot of times with Congo. They'll just have a gap open, and I know that it's England committing runners, but still, high line, no pressure whatsoever. And this isn't even a mid block. I mean, this is why I don't like this assortment of players because they they are far away. They are very much far away from the ball, and then they're not even trying to block passing lanes. Once again, in between, they're just guiding them. It's like they're telling them, play the ball in between us. We'll make it look professional. Why did they keep doing this? I would have preferred they put an extra man, or if possible, just have someone that's job is just to try to go for the ball, cut out the passing lanes. They're just inviting England. They're inviting pressure on themselves. Bellingham has the ball. He's running with the ball, right? He's running with it. Madueke, I think this is Madueke. He's with his teammate is right there. He goes for goal. He could have laid this across easily. So now, this is where things start to get a bit funny. All right, so okay, let's say he was turning. So let's just go back up. Let me just show you this somewhere here. Good save from the game. He's turning. He's a bit slow to turn, but you know what? We can forgive that. Once again, Harry Kane, unmarked. Harry Kane, the guy that just scored. Look at the amount of space he has. Look at the amount of space he has. And if these two players just rush up, these two are offside already. They're offside. And then, once again, this player, you know, Gordon is running with the ball. He doesn't have to win the ball. He just has to, if possible, just shove him. He's trying to win the ball, which is not the right one because you'll probably go right past you. You probably want to be in a shoulder to shoulder situation whereby you're guiding him. You want to guide him away from the ball. Number 14, you should be reading this. Look at he's standing. Why do they do this? Why? He could have gone for the ball. Instead, he just ducks. I don't know why they do this. And then this player with the hair, he's been suspicious. Even just in the highlights. I didn't watch the game, but just the way he's letting people go, I mean, bit frustrating to watch. Gordon gives it to Harry Kane. So now, he should be reading this. Harry Kane. You know he can go with the ball. You know he has a technique to shoot. And then, do you see how slow that is? That's the difference at the top level. At this point, he should already start running. Instead, he waits, buffering, and by that time, Harry Kane is already gone. He's already gone. And I can't blame Masuaku. I think that is because there's a player here, but still, I also do think he could have closed on Harry Kane. But for me, yeah, he could have because he's assuming Saka has already gone. Saka hasn't gone. He's still behind him. He probably could have tried to how can I say this, to close on that space. But I'm all worried about him. Masuaku, he can have the excuse of I was worried the ball will be played. I'm sorry for repeating this a lot of times, but look at this. Look at how long it takes him to start running, buffering. That's too slow. That is too slow. It is. It doesn't look slow, But in that situation, that's all the space Harry Kane needs. And you've given it to him much, much quicker. But even still, there's a lot of work to do. And that's a good finish. Harry Kane. All right. So for Congo, I think this was more of a lesson. I'm pretty sure they've learned a lot of things. And then there's much more they can improve on. And look at their reaction. I think he's shouting at his teammate. Yeah, he's shouting at him. Why didn't you pick him up? Why did you leave him? I mean, because here, look at the amount of space Hurricane has. If you just run as quick as you can and go to Hurricane, you know what happens? He would be under pressure. And if you didn't squat and went for Anthony Gordon, maybe he misplaces the pass due to pressure. But this one, look, I don't. I know it seems like I'm being harsh, but that's just too slow. You're inviting problems, but even then, wonderful. It's painful. Another African team has gone. About nine qualified. Then I think so far four have already been eliminated. Maybe more. I don't know. I haven't been paying attention. Otherwise, congratulations to England, Harry Kane. Oh, wow, that's wow. Then for Congo, there's a lot of lessons they can pick up from this. And yeah, that's been a match analysis. But anyway, drop down your thoughts if you have any. Very painful. Very, very painful. It's another one of those situations for the African teams up by. They just let it go. They had a good chance, but they just let it go. Yeah. So if you want to continue seeing more of these match analysis videos, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, do all the good stuff, and I will see you in the next match analysis. Peace.